to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. And this is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports. And I'm here today with my guest co-host. I got Marshawn Powers in studio with me, and I got Willie Epteen Jr. on StreamYard with us. So always make sure that you keep it locked right here, and you can listen to us on the internet. So you can listen at WOVU.org. You can always give us a call at 216-271-0959. You can also download that WOVU app so you can take us with you on the go. So normally I do that probably after our first break, I think usually, but I changed it up a little bit today because I'm excited. So, but you know, guys, we got to open up. Willie, I'm sure you heard over there where you're at about Odell Beckham Jr. Breaking news: Odell Beckham Jr. will not be playing this Sunday against the Houston Texans. And this was a decision that was made by Kevin Stefanski. I don't believe that it was made by the medical staff or Odell Beckham himself. This was made by the head coach. So, fellas, let's sound off and get your opinions about what that possibly means and the way in which that this was done. Who wants to go first?
I'll let Willie go first.
Go ahead, Willie.
I was gonna say I'll let Marshawn go first, but I will go first. Okay. Well, first of all, Cleveland, what's up? Rachel, what's up?
Hey,
Marshawn, what's up?
I didn't do y'all traditional. I didn't do the traditional way. I'm sorry, fellas.
What's wrong?
I'm on one today. I'm on one today.
Well,
I'm on one today.
You might need to get on two. But anyway,
or 3 or 4. You're right.
Oh my.
You're right.
Okay. On that note, I am not surprised that he is out for this game. I did hear the news. I didn't see a reason why, other than it being a DNP coach's decision. I don't know if the injury is still there because all accounts that we thought he was going to play in game 1 against the Chiefs. So
we absolutely did.
So the conspiracy theorist in me can't help but to think that they are trying to hold him out of the games for a potential trade, maybe. I don't know, but it is the Texans. They should actually handle the Texans pretty easily with or without Odell Beckham Jr. Why are you eye so bugged?
You said trade.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
He said trade.
That's the conspiracy.
I'm listening to my guy Willie talk right.
That's the conspiracy theorist in me. I haven't heard anything. I mean, you guys are closer to the situation than I am. That's just an opinion, not really even a take, just an opinion.
Most certainly. I mean, I'm not gonna go that far with it. I don't think they're holding on to a trade. It is kind of crazy that, you know, I don't know how deeply you guys watch it, but I mean, I watch the pre-games when you see Odell out there. I mean, practicing barefoot. That right there is kind of odd to me. Like you're out there doing warm-ups barefoot. You know, you're doing all these spectacular one-hand catches, which indicates to me that you are ready to go. You know, you're
back, baby.
You're posting all of this stuff on social media indicating that you're ready to go, but you know, you're not playing. So this kind of threw me off guard. I actually wasn't even paying attention to my phone for a few hours. When I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, that can't be real. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh my goodness. So I don't know why they're holding him out. To me now, it could either be one of two things. Either he's still not feeling the greatest, which that would be crazy because Saquon Barkley tore his ACL before him, like well before him, and is playing. I mean, he didn't get that much work in last week, but you know, who knows what he might do on Thursday. So if it's still physically, that would be insane to me that he's still feeling something physically. Or then again, it could be mentally, you know, like he just don't feel like he's ready to go out there. Like it could be something where he feel like the team don't need him. You know, in all actuality, we need Odell Beckham.
I think we need him.
I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the All 22, And I could see why Anthony Schwartz is the fifth. He's the fifth string receiver because there were some times where the speed is there. But there were some times where he either caught the ball, was juggling and it fell, or just dropped it. So no, like we really need Odell. Just brings something different to the team. Like him and Jarvis, you can do a lot of stuff out of the backfield, trick stuff. He got a speed, so I'm confused on what's going on. It's mysterious. Like Ella said yesterday, Stefanski is like Bill Belichick in a sense, where he don't really tell us nothing. So I'm confused on why he's not playing. The world is going to wait to understand why he's not playing because nobody knows. So I hope that he plays next week. You know, thinking that we might need him next week because the Bears defense is pretty good. But like Willie said, you know, this is Houston. No disrespect. They got their one game in. You know, now it's time to come back to reality. I think we're going to spank them by at least 17 points.
Well, my train of thought, Willie, I know the conspiracies, you know, 5G and all that other stuff.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. I know what you're saying. You better not say it. I know where you're going with this. Do not say it.
No,
that would be crazy.
No, I'm saying I don't think they're
to
trying to keep him together, trying to keep him out for a trade. I definitely think that they value Odell. They want Odell to be a part of their game plan. But you even mentioned something about it could be mental for Odell.
Yeah.
Sustaining that major knee injury, which I did. So Raheem Mostert is more than likely going to have the same type of knee surgery I had, because when you damage or break off a part of the cartilage in your knee, I had microfracture surgery. So that is the same thing that Greg Oden had 3 different times. Same thing I think Amari Stoudemire had, and that rehab is a year. So Odell isn't, you know, I guess ACL tears are different. Yeah. Some people can walk out of surgery and some people, you know, are rehabbing for over a year. And today somebody was making the comparison between him and Joe Burrow, in which Joe Burrow is back playing right now. But we don't know what all is going on with Odell and things like that. That's between him and the medical staff. But Kevin Stefanski came out this for a reason, and usually he holds things close to the vest. And like you said, he's very Bill Belichickian, in which he doesn't tell. So there was something behind this, but it just makes you wonder, is there going to be a load management thing for Odell? And then when you get in there, you're going to have minimal amount of plays, but I'm hoping he will be back soon. I'm not really concerned about the Bears or anything like that, but I mean, this team has kind of shown that we don't really need Odell, quite honestly. Not saying I don't want him, not saying I don't value him, but what they were able to do, yes, he's that extra, you know, panache that you need. But right now, they're able to put points up without him, and they're even more deadly and dangerous when he's going to be here in the game. So something is going on. I want him to take time out and get to 100%, and then when he's ready, let the greatest show on grass begin. What did you go? Shut up. Look, Willie. Oh my God. You should see Willie. He doing like this right now.
Well,
like he's exasperated because I said the greatest show on grass.
I went on Willie's show yesterday. I'm now that we on our turf, I'm gonna say I think Willie jealous of the Browns. I'm gonna just say,
what?
Oh my God. But I think got a little jealousy of the Browns this year, man. The Raiders is nice, you know. They nice, but they ain't us, man. They ain't us, man.
But before we get to that, George made a comment and says, when OBJ is 100%, he'll play everybody. He needs to just breathe, wake up tomorrow, and still know the Browns are facing the Texans.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'll tell you this. We don't need OBJ against the
Texans.
Yeah,
you need him. Oh, not against the Texans.
Not against the Texans, no. I don't think we need him against the Raiders, but that's a whole different conversation.
No, you need him against the Raiders.
Oh, God, man. I'm not going to get a win over Baltimore, and I really want to talk stuff.
Baltimore have no receivers. Baltimore has 0 receivers out there. Right? Well, Sammy Watkins, I got to give Sammy his respect. But they have 1 receiver out there. That's like
how many receivers did the Browns have last year when Lamar Jackson went and took a poop and came out and after that? How many
wasn't there?
How dare you?
Odell wasn't there.
How dare you?
Okay.
We only had, who do we have? 2 and a possible Higgins.
Yeah.
It's like a spade hand. Higgins, DPJ, and Jarvis. 2 and a possible.
Yeah. Ready to go board, baby.
But okay. So even if you don't need OBJ, which I think is ridiculous, what you are going to need is a way to stop this running game. Now I don't want to get into the Raider stuff because that's all off script. Rachel,
Yeah.
continue forth. I mean,
we gonna get there. You know, we just warming it up. We gonna get there.
we're 1-0 and y'all are not. So be that as it may.
I mean, that's fair. That's
Cool.
factual.
They face the
That's
handicap
that's
team,
actual
you know?
a fact.
They
You
face the
know,
all injured Ravens, but you know, I give them their
we
respect.
are
You know, we get
0-1.
respect in Cleveland.
You know, yeah. I mean, that's a fact. But while that was perfect segue anyway between that game between Baltimore and the Vegas Raiders, and that win that overtime win. So that was a great game first and foremost. But we're more talk about the Baltimore perspective, in which you saw that Baltimore had some issues. You saw Lamar had some issues with throwing the ball and his passing. But wanted to ask you guys, what, I know this is just one game, it's against the Raiders, who, I mean, do we have the Raiders as a possible wild card pick or no?
Yes, we do.
Yes, I do. I think I'll let them go. I'll let the Raiders.
That's all I got to say. Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay. I'm gonna actually give the Raiders respect on this end. I didn't get to say it yesterday with Ellis on, but I think that, you know how they say the NFL is a copycat league.
Yeah.
The Raiders set the blueprint for how to beat the Chiefs. Honestly, I think the Raiders are the best team to beat the Chiefs. That's who the Chiefs. I mean, the Chargers, but I think the Raiders put that death stare in the Chiefs. So I think the Browns just kind of copied their style. I actually, if the Raiders can get their defense together, which ain't too far off, I think they're gonna be nice, man. Just find somebody else to throw it to outside Waller, because he may not make it. 19 targets a game. You
Hey,
like that?
he
You
my
like
fantasy.
that, Willie?
He my fantasy tight end, so I'll take
19
him.
targets. That's a lot.
That's too many targets for Darren Waller. But I like how, I know, Rachel, you said we're going to talk from the Baltimore perspective, right? I'm trying to stay on script.
Well,
I'm trying to stay on script.
Because Baltimore is in our division. So my question to y'all was going to be, you know, what does this spell for Baltimore? They lost against the Raiders, who we won't say that the Raiders are lowly, but, you know, they're not expecting to make a deep playoff run like other teams are. But what does this say about Baltimore? Because they face the Chiefs next, but they got the Chiefs at home. So could Baltimore possibly be going 0-2 to start the season off, which they haven't done in a long time?
They will.
The producer Nate said they will.
Absolutely.
The ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, it's. I told you yesterday. The Baltimore is no longer the team we got to worry about. It's Pittsburgh that's going to be the threat now. Baltimore is too injury proof right now. They just put their starting guard on injury reserve for like 6 weeks. They're dropping like flies now.
Willie, what do you think?
They are having a hard time right now. And in terms of Lamar Jackson against the Raiders, just let me say this, and this is not me being a homer, but let me just say this: the Raiders' front four is for real. The way that they can get pressure on the quarterback with just 4, that actually caused, to me, Lamar Jackson to have to scramble, but not I don't mean scramble in the sense of going, running all over the field, but scramble in his mind. His mind was scrambled, and we forced 3 turnovers over on him, which has never happened. He has never fumbled the ball 3 times in the game ever in his career. And I think that's a testament to the pressure. So the Chiefs, their defensive front, I don't think is as good as the Raiders, but we all know that this is a terrible matchup for the Ravens when they play the Chiefs. And I'm expecting the Chiefs to win by at least 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree.
Really? Going into Baltimore like that?
They're gonna beat them down.
Yeah, they're gonna beat them
down.
I mean, the Chiefs defense ain't that great though.
So Baltimore, who are they guarding?
On Baltimore?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know everybody.
Beat up Le'Veon, an old age Le'Veon, Sammy Watkins. I give Mark Andrews. You could double Mark Andrews.
And Mark Andrews always had great games against us.
They might get the rookie back, Rashad Bateman. They might get him back this week.
Mm-hmm.
So never know. That could be a plus. I mean, I saw him live in person. He got the skill, and he's tall. He's like 6'2", isn't he? He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
So
Latavius Murray.
I forgot about him.
I mean, okay, he doesn't even know the playbook yet. So I just think that with all of the injuries that they sustain, and then the worst person you can have go out against the Chiefs is Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
That can't happen. Now, Marlon Humphrey, he is a shutdown. He is a shutdown corner, but he can't guard Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at the same time.
Oh God, no.
I think the matchup for them is gonna probably glue him to Kelce and just let Tyreek run wild. You'll have to. I mean, that sounds crazy, but you will have to.
Well, and he can do that because if you noticed in the game against the Raiders, he actually was matched up against Waller. He was matched up against Ruggs. He was matched up against Renfro. He was even matched up against Zay Jones on that last play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that he was expecting the Raiders to run the ball at that point, so he kind of didn't even go out with Zay Jones on the route. But he is that dude. I mean, he can cover all those guys, but unless they clone him and give him a different number, it ain't gonna work.
So I'm the only person that's giving Baltimore a chance.
Yeah.
Because in Dumb and Dumber, there was a line in there that said, there's a chance, there's always a chance.
Yeah, there's also another saying that says there's a snowball's chance and you know where. And then there's another saying that says they got a chance, slim and none, and Slim is out of town.
Okay. And on that, we got to take a break right quick. We'll be back, fellas. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Slim and none. And none is not available right now.
Slim is out of town.
Huh?
Slim is out of town.
Man, why you ask me that? You know I don't know everybody on the team. You hear me, Marshawn? I said, why you ask me that? I don't know everybody on Baltimore's team. Look, I said on air.
That's the whole point. They dropping like flies.
I ain't supposed to say it. I'm supposed to know everything.
I just looked it up. I was like, damn, who is this starter? I never heard of him before. Tyree Williams.
I was like, he got me.
I was like, oh man, they started guard just went down, but I couldn't say his name because I was like, I don't know him.
I'm like, I've been faking it all along, like I know something about sports.
No,
I was like, you got me. Oh my God. If DJ Chris Styles heard that, he'd be like, don't be like you don't know. Make something up.
They whole offensive line is out there.
All right, so when we come back, Saints better with Jameis.
Then Breeze?
Yeah. That's too early, man.
Ooh.
You're so silly.
Oh my goodness.
I think Willie posed that.
Justin Bibb and Kevin Kelly will go head-to-head for the general election on Tuesday, November.
Oh, Baltimore Buffalo, they go on too.
Become the 58th mayor of Cleveland.
Who has a chance of bouncing back? I sent you that dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if Baltimore and Buffalo both go 0-2, who has a better shot to bounce back and make a playoff run? All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU and 95.9 FM. I got my boys with me. I got my guest co-host. I got Willie Epstein Jr. with me on via StreamYard, and we got Marshawn Powers in the studio, in the building with us. And fellas, we were just talking about how Baltimore has no chance. Well, y'all was saying that. I said that they possibly have a chance because I'm just rooting for everybody to beat. Everybody to beat the Chiefs at this point. So I don't care who they are. I'd even root for Michigan to beat the Chiefs at this point because I'm so desperate to see the Chiefs lose. And it's funny because I used to root for the Chiefs because I was always an underdog person. And they was always an underdog because they weren't that great. And now I can't stand them since they done beat us twice. So I'm over the Chiefs. But one of the questions that Willie had posed was that if Baltimore and Buffalo go 0-2, who has a better shot to bounce back and make a playoff run?
Buffalo. By far.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take Buffalo as well with
they
that.
The better quarterback, the better team.
All around,
healthier.
Too. Yeah.
Absolutely, Buffalo.
Well, thank you for asking me what I thought.
We was getting there.
Oh, okay.
I agreed. I didn't give a ton of, some reasons like Marshawn did. But, Willie, what say you, sir?
Buffalo plays in a poor division. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they play in a poor position. They have on their schedule, they got Miami this Sunday. But the notable teams are at Kansas City, at Tennessee, home to Indianapolis, at New Orleans, and then at Tampa Bay. And then that's pretty much it as far as who they got left. That's really, really tough that I could see. When you look at it from the standpoint of the Baltimore Ravens, they got Kansas City this week. They also have at Denver. They play home to Indianapolis, home to the Chargers, home to the Vikings, which I think is going to be a tough game, home to Green Bay, and then home to the LA Rams. Their road to me appears to be way tougher than that of the Buffalo Bills. So I'm going to say that the Buffalo Bills will be the better team or have the better chance to win or get into the playoffs over the Ravens. The Ravens ain't going to make the playoffs, y'all. I'm declaring it and decreeing it right now. They may not even they may finish with an 8-9 record.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
That's being nice. I was gonna say they might go 7-10, 6-11. It's just everything is falling apart for them, you know. And I hope that some way, I know it won't, but you know how the mainstream media is. They like to, you know, make their own narratives and try to blame this on Lamar Jackson. I hope Lamar Jackson has nothing.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. He had nobody there.
You can clearly, like the Cleveland baseball team, you can clearly give this team, even though Cleveland Kate said no excuses for the Cleveland baseball team, you can give Baltimore the excuses of them being hurt. I mean, you're missing key people. You're missing key people on offense and defense. So you just don't have it this year, and that's what it's about. And welcome to being a Cleveland Browns fan. We've had to go through this for plenty of years, so I don't really have any sympathy.
We don't give nobody sympathy around here.
Aren't the Baltimore Ravens the former Cleveland Browns?
Nobody care about that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't care about that at all.
Never heard of them. I don't remember who those were.
We don't root for them. They're a completely different team. They became a completely different team when they left. They wasn't the Baltimore Browns or anything like that. They took their name, new colors.
Hold on. You know, I heard all right, so So I was listening to this podcast the other day. Andre Knott.
Yeah.
Have you heard his Browns podcast?
No.
Oh my goodness. So apparently, did y'all know that Alfred Lerner, the owner that bought the Browns, he had something to do with the Browns. He backdoored the whole Baltimore thing. Like, he was originally trying to buy the team, to bring a team to Baltimore. I guess something happened where they wouldn't allow him to. So he helped Art Modell bring the team to Baltimore, and then turned around and bought the Browns.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's some shit. Man, almost cursed.
Hey, you know what's funny about that?
Yes.
I remember a while when this first happened, and this is when Keith Olbermann and Dan Patrick were co-hosting Sports Center on ESPN, and they were doing a spot about the Browns/Ravens, and there was a hearse going by, and Keith Olbermann said, "Art Modell, your ride is here."
No, that ain't no good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you don't take this team. A lot of people still mad about it, but I tell people the team being gone didn't affect me as much because I was at Ohio State then the whole time while they were gone.
Who was the quarterback
at Ohio State when I was there, my first year? Man, maybe Joe Germain was quarterbacking when I was there. So, but like it was Saturdays became the thing for me. So I wasn't really watching NFL football that much anyway. So it kind of didn't affect me. But yeah, what was we even talking about?
The 0-2.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I honestly think this is how the division is going to stack based off the first week of season. Browns 13-4, Steelers 12-5, 11-6. The rest of this, and the bottom don't matter. I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. Willie also brought up another topic too, so let's move on to that one. Are the Saints better with Jameis rather than Breeze?
Yes. I'm a little controversial with this one.
Why? Like,
Yes.
it's only been one game.
Breeze admitted it. Breeze basically
he admitted it
He
tonight?
said the other day, Jameis can throw the deep ball better than I ever can.
What?
Basically said it.
Well, Jameson always had an arm. It's just not always been accurate.
Yeah. And he can see now. He ain't squinting.
Did he get eye surgery?
Yeah, he got LASIK.
Oh my God.
And he out here now. James can see about 60, 70 yards away.
Well, why
now.
wouldn't you get LASIK surgery before you know you can't
I bet
see?
you wasn't paying for that.
What is wrong with people?
I bet you was not paying for that. You was gonna swing.
Oh my God, that's why he was out here stealing crab legs. They could have paid for surgery for him. Yeah, probably so. Why wouldn't they give him to him? He's an athlete. Man, so what say you, Willie?
That would have been against NCAA rules if they would have gave him the crab legs. That's why he took them. That's why he took them. And then since he couldn't see, he mistaked the $1 bill for a $10 bill. That's what really happened. That's what really happened. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm about to say something that's gonna shut down WOVU. You ready?
Talk to me.
Nothing shuts down WOVU. We're here forever. We're
Watch
here
this.
to stay.
Watch this. Okay. What is it? WOVU over voices, whatever.
Our voices united.
Yeah, our voices united. Okay. Well, I'm about to splinter some stuff right now. Drew Brees is an all-time great quarterback. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Drew Brees is not elite. He is not elite.
Whoa.
I mean, he got some elite numbers, though.
Hold on.
And that's where I was going.
Hold on.
He has elite numbers, but Drew Brees is not an all-time elite quarterback. He's an all-time great, and he's had elite seasons. He's got elite numbers, but over his career, he is not elite.
I can agree with that. I have no arguments to that. He can throw. He's one of those quarterbacks. Like I'll put it to you like this. All right. This might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna say it. I actually believe Matt Ryan is a much better quarterback than
Drew Brees.
Crazy. Drew Brees a little bit more mobile, a little bit. Got to give it to him a little bit more mobile inside the pocket. But I think like Matt Ryan got a sling.
I mean, would you say that Drew Brees is right outside of elite, like knocking on the door of elitism?
Yeah, Eli Manning tier.
Eli Manning sucks,
no,
man. He do.
Two-time Super Bowl.
Yeah, because he had lucky plays that happened in those games.
No, he's not.
Peyton was way better.
He's not elite, nor is he an all-time great. He had some all-time great lucky plays, and
Eli Manning.
Yes, yeah. And he is probably way too cool under pressure than a lot of these people that are elite. But the reason why I say Drew Brees is not elite is because I'm sorry. Let me answer the question. The Saints are better off with Jameis Winston when Jameis Winston is the Jameis Winston from Florida State that was winning Heisman trophies and that was winning national championships. Jameis Winston, or the Saints are better off with Jameis Winston, the Jameis Winston that threw 33 touchdowns and almost 5,100 yards. If the Saints get the Jameis Winston that threw 30 picks, they're in trouble. If they get the Jameis Winston that was known for his Uber stuff and his cussing folks out at the student union and for stealing crab legs, then they might want to bring Drew Brees out of retirement, or they better somehow groom Taysom Hill to be able to throw the ball better, because they're going to be in a worse position that they've ever been in since Drew Brees was really on the downside of his career. So it depends on what type of offense you are running. The deep ball, of course, you're better off with Jameis. But from a cerebral standpoint and being able to read the defenses and make quality decisions, then you got to give that to Drew Brees.
I agree. I mean, I kind of look at it as you want to show, you want to go deep in the playoffs and possibly, have a healthier quarterback. Because I mean, what was his last 3 years? He wasn't really.
Yeah, but they still made the playoffs. They just didn't finish.
The team they have.
Yeah.
You give me Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas,
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore, Cameron. You give me all of those guys. I could do something with that.
Man, I kind of want to say he borderline elite though, man. Because he has
What's
some
borderline elite? Like, give me two other players that you consider all time borderline elite.
borderline elite.
Yeah, like that tier. Who
I don't have a ton of borderline elite, but for quarterbacks and thinking about him,
Yeah.
he would be a borderline elite for me. If Willie don't find him to be elite, I'd say he's borderline. But you look, he has won a Super Bowl. You know, he's had numerous, passing yardage and stuff like that. Ain't nobody out there throwing as much as he has, and for how many passing yards as he has. So I'm like, to me, he's borderline elite.
But
Would you say he's better than Roethlisberger?
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not elite either.
I wouldn't say Ben Roethlisberger has been elite.
But
he's been great. Not elite to me though.
One of the reasons why I say Drew Brees is not elite is because, while he's put up those numbers, a lot of his teams finished 7-9, 8-8, 9-7, and didn't go to the playoffs. There's been too many times where Drew Brees has actually cost the Saints wins in the playoffs. And to me, you can't be considered elite when you've had those struggles and those troubles in the playoff. That's just me.
Okay, I'll take it. You concur?
I agree.
Okay, and on that concurrence by everyone, we're going to have to take a break really quickly. So we're going to be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We will be right back.
This is a follow-up to a missing children
All right.
report. 12-year-old African-American boy,
So,
Brandon Terrell Johnson, who went
let's
missing last
do-
week, has been found safe. He had been reported missing from the 500 block of East 143rd Street in
DeMarcus Lawrence out with a broken foot.
Huh?
DeMarcus Lawrence and the Cowboys out with a broken foot.
Who is?
Huh?
Who is?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Damn, they falling dropping like flies. 3 games in that preseason. You want to get that update, then we can move to Ohio State, who has the best chance to get back in the Final Four, Clemson and Ohio State.
621-1234.
Ooh, there's some Kyrie news out here that Nick Wright didn't put out.
What happened?
There are a handful of Kyrie trades that potentially make sense for the Nets. Kyrie's agents have made it known that Kyrie was simply retired from the NBA with Brooklyn when the trade.
We then share our
I'm not putting that up.
help make our government more accessible and more accountable.
Yeah,
Oh shit! We can do one more topic. The Urban, whether or not he leaves Jacksonville after 1 year.
And then close out with Osteen. Ooh, I want to do the picks because we ain't gonna be here tomorrow. We can pick like 3 picks, we do like 3 slots at the end. Like this odds for sure got this team beat this team.
You want to do that at the end?
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
Civic-minded Clevelanders. Then sign up to become a Cleveland documenter. Get paid to document local government meetings and keep the public better informed. Sign up and register for our September 21st orientation.
So that segue, that Urban Meyer segue into the Jacksonville thing.
Documenters.org.
Huh?
Cleveland
I was just saying that
This is
talking
brought to you
about
by Cleveland Documenters.
Urban segues us into Ohio State.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Our voices united.
We ain't gonna get to everything, of course.
Radio
That's fine.
station.
We got enough. We get into it.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports. And remember, you can listen to us online at WOVU.org. Also, you can download the WOVU app so you can listen to us on the go. And always give us a call, 216-271-0959. And don't forget, you can watch us on StreamYard. So thank you to everybody out in Facebook land who are listening and watching us. You can see me, you can see Willie and Marshawn here is in studio. But Willie, one of the things you wanted to talk about was Urban Meyer. He is a hot topic right now. And you proposed the question about Urban Meyer. Is there a chance that he leaves Jacksonville after 1 year to become the USC next head coach? And right now I'm sick of Urban Meyer. Quite honestly, I'm sick of him not pretending, but using his health issues to retire and then pop up again somewhere else. How many times are you going to retire? How many times are you going to leave a program saying that you're retiring? Because when we think of retiring, we think of it as forever. You're not coming back to coach, right?
Jay-Z retired.
Oh, Jay-Z and retired before?
No, he doing the Jay-Z. He doing the Jay-Z, J. Cole retirement.
Oh God. So I'm so sick of it. But USC has came up. They are going to be seeking a new head coach. And supposedly one of the jobs that Urban Meyer really, really wanted in college football was USC and also Notre Dame. So this is the perfect opportunity for him to leave after 1 year, especially if this team doesn't do anything, which is expected that this team will not be making the playoffs. And Urban has never really lost in his head coaching career. So this will be something very different for him, this Jacksonville experience. And he's not going to be winning. He might win a game or two or three, possibly, if he's lucky. But as Willie did pose, will he leave early? Would he stop mid-season, or would he just wait until the end of this year and try to be their coach next year? So, Willie, what are your thoughts about that?
Is there a chance that Urban Meyer leaves Jacksonville after 1 year and goes elsewhere? Is Benjamin Franklin on the $100 bill?
I have a magic 8 ball at home, so I pretend I have a magic 8 ball.
Look, he's going to get himself run out of Jacksonville. And I have never ever been an Urban Meyer fan. I think he has sold his soul to the devil. He had a racist, a murderer, and a preacher on his team all at the same time.
Who is the murderer here?
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
He's a racist, a murderer, and a preacher.
I guess that's Tim Tebow.
And Riley Cooper.
Oh.
Remember what he said at the concert?
Yeah. Who did Riley? What school did Riley Cooper go to?
He went to Florida.
He did?
Yes. So
Marshawn is still cracking up.
Look, man, Urban Meyer he's built for the college game. When he went to the NFL, I knew it was going to be a failed experiment because it is a different breed of football from a organizational standpoint. When you can go out and pick the best players in the world when you're a recruiter, but when you're in the NFL, you have to cook with the grocery that you already have. And his style and the way that he has brought those people in under all the controversy, to include Tim Tebow, to play a position that he has never played before in his life. Dude, you're losing the locker room. You're already losing credibility, man, amongst your players. I hope they throw his butt out on his ear.
So you don't even think he's gonna last 2 years like Nick Saban did when he was with Miami?
No.
I would be shocked.
Urban's my guy. I'm the odd man out the group here. I like Urban. I like his restaurant down in Columbus, Urban's Pint House. I love it.
What kind of food is it?
American food.
DJ Chris Styles is giving you the thumbs down, Marshawn.
What?
Thumbs down. And Urban is not.
Oh, hey, Chris Styles don't know I ain't got good taste, man. I'm gonna have to put Chris Styles on some good food, man. What? That place is crazy. I love it.
You also remember that DJ Chris Styles is not a huge Urban Meyer fan as well.
I mean,
I used to be. I used to say
Chris Styles. I know our Chris
God,
Styles.
country, and Urban Meyer. That's how I used to be for me.
God and Urban Meyer don't even go in the same sentence.
This was prior, Willie. I'm not like that anymore.
Urban
but
Meyer.
When we were going 22-0, you know, when he first started and hadn't lost the game, remember we had the self-imposed penalty. So
I gave him a national championship for that.
Yeah, we know.
Against you.
You don't like him as a person. Yeah, I agree with that. From all accounts, I mean, I don't know the dude personally, but to me, it's like Urban Meyer and Art Briles and Rick Pitino.
I know they. And like me, I don't know something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
No, it ain't gonna
His
be
head. It's
no.
gonna be his head.
I don't think he's going to USC. I think he's going to Notre Dame, honestly.
No, they ain't gonna get rid of Brian Kelly. Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, I think
Machine
he's
Gun
running on
Kelly.
borrowed time soon. Especially, I mean, it all depends on where Notre Dame goes.
Notre Dame was in the Final Four last year, weren't they?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about if they go to a conference in a sense.
Oh, ACC.
I would love for them to go.
Yeah, but football they get to stay independent, so they ACC in the ACC for every other sport except for football. They've been extended. Invitation has been extended to them by the Big Ten numerous times, and if they was gonna get in, they would have did it before, and that would have been
They don't want that.
And you know the Big Ten Network would they even air that game when it would air on NBC when they play the Big Ten?
The Big Ten Network is part of ESPN, right?
Yes.
Fox Sports.
I hate Notre Dame anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, no, me too. I hate them too. I ain't gonna lie. I hate Notre Dame too, but
I just think it's crazy how he was able to get away with speeding, like I'm talking about reckless speeding down in Columbus. Like they talk about how he never stopped at any light, any stop sign, nothing. Like Urban was the guy down in Columbus, the god in Columbus. Apparently. That's crazy.
That's why I keep getting all them headaches.
Yeah, he gonna be. You know, he gonna be the college football's version of Calipari, in my opinion. How Calipari went to the NBA, thought it was sweet. Try to talk to them players like they was college players and quickly went back.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that they said that they haven't that's going on in Jacksonville. So he's already losing that locker room. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how this plays out. That is if USC even wants him. You know, would he be looked at as a loser if he decided to cut his losses and leave after 1 year?
No, he's gonna do the same thing Nick Saban did. The only difference between him and Nick Saban is that Nick Saban had only won one championship to that point at LSU. And how many is Urban's won? What, two or three?
Three.
So he's won 3. He can say, I went to the NFL, I tried it out, it just didn't work out. Now he can go back and try to dominate college again. I can see that happening.
Man. Michigan, yeah, LSU, then he was at Michigan State.
But you would think that Urban would consult with so many people before he decided to make that leap to see if it was really, really something he wanted to do. You would have think that he reached out to Nick Saban, and he probably did, you know, but why do this if you were going to leave? Because you knew that you were taking on a tall task.
I think it just was because he gave his family the opportunity to go back to Florida, too. His wife always said she wanted to go back to Florida on Twitter.
I mean,
so why not take that opportunity?
She can live in Florida all year long, and you know he fly back and forth.
Now, when her family is here in Columbus. He didn't make. He ain't make it 30 days.
That's because of Kevin Love, though.
And Florida is a no state income tax state.
Yeah, but they already got so much money. You think they care about that?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
That's how you get more
money.
Speaking
of Chip Kelly, could y'all imagine, hypothetically, let's say Urban Shockers on do go to USC. Chip Kelly, Urban Meyer, rivalry in LA. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he turned him around in 3 years.
They did beat LSU though.
Yeah, LSU stink. I know who his quarterback coach was at the 49ers.
Who?
Ryan Day.
Oh yeah. That's right. Ryan Day did have that pro experience, and they're talking. We're gonna get to Ohio State when we come back because we're gonna segue, and also whatever. We've been talking about Ohio State all day, but we got something even more explosive that you gonna like next segment, DJ Cristal. So we will be right back. You're listening. No.
Ohio State.
No, we got something
It's either
different.
gonna be Kentucky or Tennessee State. I don't see anyone in Georgetown. I'm sorry, Pat.
All right, thank you, DJ Cristal. We're gonna be right back. You listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM.
The number one forward in the nation, Chris Livingston. He is so good.
He played for Buck though, right?
Well, he's trying for the OVO now.
For real?
Just trying for the OVO.
Yeah, what the one from Akron Buxton?
Yeah, I mean it's a good move for him.
We were just talking about him the other day, wasn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
Because
that changed.
before Buck though. You said he went somewhere else.
West Reserve. He went to Akron Buckle, West Reserve, back to Buckle.
It changed that quick, just in a matter.
Well, he might go to the league. He might if you go to
the G League.
Yeah, things will come. But if it's that NIL, like, because Master P signs at Tennessee State.
Yeah, he paid what? A couple million, right?
It's NIL. And if he can secure that and one of the two schools, right? So Tennessee, I can see it.
Yeah, Kentucky or Tennessee State. I don't see Georgetown. They don't have anything to offer. What do you got to offer, Jordan? Let's talk about Jordan. And Pat Ewing ain't winning. He just lost one of his best players that played for the Lakers now. White boy, Matt McCon.
It is the first step in our grant application process. Visit our website at www.united.
Who, the Raiders play? The Steelers play?
Who?
On Sunday?
Oh, Steelers play.
Oh no, that's week 3.
Because
Because I'm trying to pull up who plays.
The Steelers play the Raiders this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they about misuse it.
Because you said pick out 3 teams.
3 certain ones. That's 648.
Damn, of course I got the hiccups coming back.
United Black and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our voice is united, a versatile car community radio station.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. This is Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I'm here with Mr. Willie Epteen Jr. and Mr. Marshawn Powers in the studio with me today. And this was a perfect segue what we just talked about Urban Meyer, but we got to talk about this on Ohio State really quickly. So, Willie, I didn't get a chance to send you this, but RJ Young out of college, Fox College Football. Do you know who RJ Young is?
I've heard the name.
Okay. So he came up with week 3 college football tiers or whatever. So he said tier 1 was Alabama. Tier 2 is Georgia, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Iowa. Tier 3 is Penn State, Arkansas, Texas A&M. And tier 4 is Clemson, Notre Dame, UCLA, and Ohio State. And these are how he's ranking the best teams. This is how he's ranking the best team, the college football tiers. From worst to first. And Willie and Marshawn, you can't see Willie, but Willie is like kind of scratching his head trying to understand this.
What did I tell you earlier? I said I'm surprised how people get these jobs with mainstream media and say stuff like this. Arkansas, Texas A&M just lost their quarterback. How they better than us?
Arkansas?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Are they ranked?
I mean, they beat Texas last week, but
Yeah, Texas suck right
Texas
now.
is a punching bag.
Right. They program got some issues. But yeah, so then he has Ohio State as a tier 4 program. At one loss, they're all of a sudden a tier 4 program in college football.
okay. So who was in tier 2 and tier 3 again?
Okay, so tier 2 was Georgia, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Iowa.
I don't have a problem with that. Okay, who's tier 3?
Penn State, Arkansas, Texas A&M.
And who's tier 4? Ohio State and who?
UCLA,
Oh God.
Notre Dame, and Clemson.
What's this dude's name again?
RJ Young for
Can we-
Fox.
I'm about to text the link to you right now. Man. I'm about to text it to you right now.
Can we get him on the show?
I could try. I can DM him. Hey, Willie, you just gave me something to do. I'm gonna DM him and say we can get him on Tuesday after Ohio State beat up on Tulsa. I'm gonna actually work on that this week.
Well,
yeah, see if he'll do it.
oh my gosh.
I'm gonna see because I'm RJ. Come on now. I would love to talk to him. Come on, RJ. Like,
And he's not drawing unemployment now.
No.
He's on Fox. He's college football on Fox, so Fox lets you put this out.
Tier 4, DJ Kristaps about to wait. Yeah. Yeah, their focus hasn't been on defense when it comes to recruiting lately in this show. So why are they struggling to put together?
That's coaching. If you listen, Rich,
yeah, you play football your whole life. You know what to do when you get out there.
Rich, I mean, Chris Styles can say this as a coach. If you let your team see the same play multiple times and you don't do anything to change it, that's not the players. That's coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You get scored on by the same play 3 times. That's stuff you see in Madden, not stuff you see on a college football field.
That's kind of stuff you see on Madden when it's 4th and 37 and you're on your own 3-yard line, and then you decide to run all 9 routes, and then somebody comes down with it and then shakes one person and they score and they win the game. That's just ridiculous.
Should he put his coach out there like that to the media?
No.
He kind of did.
No.
He told them they suck.
Mm.
Yeah, I said, should he have put that out there to the media, though?
You don't want to throw him under the bus.
Because that's what it looked like. Because it didn't seem like he wanted to take blame for anything, but he's part of that coaching staff, too. But
he's the offensive coach. He said that.
But you the head coach over everything, though. Well, so you got to take some blame, too. You ain't getting what you need to do
Nick
done.
Saban stick his face in on offense all the time. Be more defense. Some coaches just got a specialty. Akron.
Okay, so they got two lightweights, easy matches. And what's the next one after that?
Rutgers.
And another easy one. The next one after that.
Oh, man,
Maryland.
I don't want to talk about that.
Maryland.
Oh
Right,
man.
so yeah, they'll get it. They'll guys get confident. Don't let Ohio State will be fine.
RJ Young tripping though, because Ohio State is not a tier 4 program.
I'm
Period.
working on RJ. As soon as I leave out of here, I'm
Not
figuring
only
out
that,
how to get
I mean,
RJ. I'm DMing him on everything. I'm
You-
gonna figure this out.
UCLA, oh my gosh, they've been bad for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
To beat LSU, that's why I put them up so high. I wouldn't put them up so high. Right now they're ranked 13th right now, the top 25. So they are a good team, but we don't know how good they are though, because we didn't know how good LSU was. Now, did LSU win this week?
Yeah, they played McNeese State. They didn't play right here.
Yes.
yeah, that's a FCS school. That's a
Oh
tune-up
my
game.
God.
So we won't know how good UCLA is. They play Stanford, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the level of competition. We don't know how good LSU is when they run into Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, and things like that. So it's still early, guys.
And he left some teams out of here that have been good, such as Cincinnati. He completely left them out.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Man,
They've been all right the past few years, though.
Cincinnati is going to be that team that is going to bust into the Final Four conversation. They got one of the best defenses in the country.
They was there last year. They was right
Mhm.
outside knocking in.
Mm-hmm.
They play this week, right? So Cincinnati plays Indiana, and that is a great matchup.
Yeah.
It's an awesome matchup. And State plays Auburn. That is a great matchup. You know, watch those things, and especially for the Big Ten. It's a great game for the Big Ten. So we got to see how good our conference is. This thing goes into the Auburn, and it's going to be trouble for a lot of people. Right?
Yeah.
Cincinnati beats Indiana. That's pretty.
That's an upset alert, though.
I don't know if that's an upset on anybody.
No, I think Cincinnati's favorite. They're number 7. So I think they're favorite. Yeah.
So that's those are real interesting games we have to pay attention to,
They favor about 4.
and that would tell you how good everybody is, right?
Yeah, this weekend will, because you kind of need Penn State to win out. You need a lot of teams in the Big Ten to do good and have the best records for when Ohio State does play them, if they have any hope of getting back in a college football series.
And you know what's going to hurt Ohio State too?
Well,
The fact that they don't play Iowa and they don't play Wisconsin.
yeah.
So they're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be a lot of 48-0,
Yeah.
50-7. It's gonna have to be a lot of those this year. Man.
Gosh. Yeah, because they rotate in and out. So that's the thing, They kind of get hurt by that, but the schedule's made so far in advance, there's only so much that you can do.
This is the year Michigan beats Ohio State.
Oh, man. I'm
All
walking out
Willie.
the studio.
All right, Willie. All right.
It's time to end the show. You've been listening to her. Oh, man. Hey, but Willie is a Michigan fan, too. So, DJ Chris Styles, you got an ally over here. Good. So they need to be Michigan this year as well, too. So, and they had Michigan this year, right? Or is Michigan at Ohio State? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Who? I was born a Buckeye. Hey, who? Hey,
No,
I'm
sir.
fine with it. Maryland got the best 2 wide receivers in the Big Ten, and I'm standing on that. And
yeah.
can't none of these schools beat Maryland in basketball. So we go.
That game against Michigan is at the Big House.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I thought they were fun.
Yeah, we know. All right, fellas, time to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being today. We didn't get our picks in, but that's okay. We know that the Browns are going to win. And Willie, your Ravens, not your Ravens, I'm sorry, but the Steelers and Raiders, that'll be an interesting matchup as well. So we'll see. But y'all been listening to Her in a Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM, and we are out of here.